Have you ever wondered why some days your mind works at high speed, and other times it feels like it's running in slow motion, as if your mind is not entirely under your control? Today, we will talk about the book Brain Rules by molecular biologist John Medina, which reveals 12 powerful brain rules that can transform your thinking, learning, and overall life. From better memory to improving focus, this book explains how you can unlock your brain's hidden potential and take it to the next level. So, let's simplify science and start with the first rule. Rule number 1. The human brain evolved. According to Darwin's theory of evolution, we evolved from monkeys, a process that took billions of years. But these changes were not just physical. Our brain also evolved. Our brain is designed for survival, problem-solving, and staying alive in unpredictable environments. Initially, we had a lizard brain that controlled basic functions like breathing. Then came the cat brain with the amygdala, which handles our emotions and fear responses. When there's danger, the amygdala reacts. Finally, we developed the cortex, the powerful part of the human brain that helps us understand complexity. Because of this evolution, we became experts in problem-solving, understanding others' thoughts, and working in groups, which allowed us to dominate Earth. Rule number 2. Exercise boosts brain power. Movement is the brain's best friend. During evolution, our ancestors were constantly moving, hunting, walking, and exploring, and this movement kept their brains sharp. In today's sedentary lifestyle, our brains don't get the movement they need. When we exercise, our brain gets glucose and oxygen, which keeps neurons alive and creates new brain cells. Harvard psychiatrist John Ratey says that exercise works like miracle-grow for neurons. Just like fertilizer helps plants grow healthy. When we exercise, a chemical called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, is released, which helps repair and grow neurons. Rule number 3. Sleep well, think well. Sleep is king. When we sleep, our brain processes the information from the day, sorts it, and converts it into long-term memories. Without sleep, your brain becomes slow and your decision-making and memory abilities weaken. A Harvard study shows that when sleep-deprived, your reaction time and cognitive abilities can drop by up to 40%. Proper sleep improves creativity, problem-solving skills, and learning. For example, DJ Peter Tripp, who went without sleep for 200 hours, began to experience hallucinations and couldn't distinguish between reality and imagination. Sleep is essential not only for feeling refreshed, but also for maintaining brain function. Rule number 4. Stressed brains don't learn the same way. When we're stressed, our body enters fight or flight mode, and chronic stress can damage important areas of the brain. Research shows that chronic stress shrinks the hippocampus, which directly impacts memory and learning abilities. This damage can be long-term. Therefore, managing stress is crucial. Studies show that during stress, neurons in the brain don't fire properly, which affects problem-solving and creativity. A famous experiment showed that a German shepherd dog, when exposed to electric shocks and unable to escape, froze due to stress. This is how stress affects our brain. That's why stress management techniques like mindfulness and exercise are essential. Rule number 5. Every brain is wired differently. Each person's brain is unique. We all think and learn differently, and this is due to the wiring of our brain. Neuroscientists have proven that when we learn new experiences or skills, our neurons form new connections. This process is called brain plasticity, which helps us continuously evolve and adapt. That's why every person's learning ability is different. For instance, Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player, failed when trying to make a career in baseball because his brain was wired for basketball, not baseball. A person's talent and learning capacity depend on how their brain is wired. Rule number 6. We don't pay attention to boring things. Our brains only focus on things that are either interesting or emotional. Paying attention to boring things is a struggle for the brain because our attention span is limited. In today's world, with constant distractions, our brain only focuses when something emotionally engaging or exciting is involved. Research shows that our attention span is about 10 minutes, after which we start losing focus if we're not engaged. To keep our focus, make tasks engaging, even if they seem boring, so that you can stay fully focused. Rule number 7. Repeat to remember. When you need to remember something new, simply reading or hearing it once is not enough. You have to repeat the information multiple times for your brain to store it in long-term memory. Studies show that when you repeat information at spaced intervals, your memory improves. Your brain needs continuous exposure to form strong neuronal connections. For example, if you're studying for an exam, revising a topic every few days will help your brain store it in long-term memory. Rule number 8. Stimulating more senses makes better memory. The more senses you engage while experiencing something, the better your brain processes that information. When you experience something using multiple senses, like seeing, hearing, and touching, your brain stores the information more effectively. A study showed that when people were presented with information through visuals, they had better recall compared to just reading it. This is why we remember movie stories better. They engage our vision, hearing, and emotions. The more senses involved, the stronger the memory. Rule number 9. Vision trumps all other senses. The brain spends 50% of its energy on visual processing. When we see something, the brain converts it into a story, which is strongly stored in memory. Vision is considered a supersense because visual learning is the most powerful way to retain information. An experiment showed that people quickly lost interest when they heard a speech without visuals. However, when visuals were added, they understood and retained the information more effectively. This proves that the brain prioritizes visuals, which is why images or videos have a stronger impact on our minds. Rule number 10. Study and listen to boost cognition. Music has a significant impact not only on emotions but also on cognitive functions. For example, Henry, a 92-year-old dementia patient who had lost his memory and personality, began to respond when his favorite music was played. Music activates multiple regions of the brain, enhancing memory, attention, and learning skills. Specific types of music, like classical music, synchronize the firing rate of neurons, improving problem-solving and concentration. Music therapy can also help those with memory-related issues, like dementia. Rule number 11. Male and female brains are different. We all know that men and women think differently, but it's not just about upbringing or culture. Science shows that their brain's structure and functioning are different. This is why their ways of processing stress, emotions, and memory differ. Research shows that in stressful situations, men activate their right amygdala, which helps with logical understanding, while women activate their left amygdala, which helps with remembering emotional details. This is why men and women react differently under stress. Rule number 12. We are powerful and natural explorers. Since childhood, we are naturally curious, always touching, seeing, and understanding things. This instinct to explore helps our brain create new neural connections, making us smarter and more adaptable. Research shows that the hippocampus, which controls learning and memory, grows when we seek new experiences. This ability to adapt is crucial for growth and learning. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel to support us. And don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.